Today's episode is brought to you by Microsoft Dragon Copilot, your AI assistant for clinical workflow. Learn how Dragon Copilot can transform the way you work. Stick around after the episode or visit aka.ms/knock-knock-hi. Again, that's aka.ms/knock-knock-hi.
Knock, knock, hi.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Knock Knock Hi with the Glaucomfleckens. Over here, we have Lady Glaucomflecken, Kristin Flannery.
That's right, and you are Dr. Glaucomflecken, Will Flannery.
Thank you for joining us. It is almost New Year's. What's your favorite New Year's Eve story?
Story?
Like experience? Like thing? What are there any that stick out? Well, first of all, let me ask you: is your memory even strong enough at this point in your life?
I was going to say, I think I remember one New Year's.
Okay.
Even though New Year's used to be my very favorite holiday.
Yeah.
Then I got too old.
Which one do you remember?
I remember I think we were in college and we went to Houston and we had tickets somehow. Like somebody gave us some tickets to this like rooftop bar party thing. And we went to that. Yeah.
That was fun. I think one of my most memorable New Year's was like, I maybe was 18 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even, probably 18. And it was like the first time like I went to, because I was like a good kid. Like we were all like nerdy kids. Like we didn't like party and stuff. But this is the first time I think I went with a couple of my friends. We were in like Conroe, which is like a big lake town.
Right.
And we ended up at this party. I'm not sure how we ended up there.
I'm guessing some drinks were involved.
But this was, there was drinking. I may have
allegedly
had a little bit.
Statute of limitations was passed, right?
I certainly didn't like do enough of it to like forget everything, because I remember very vividly that event because it was the first time I'd ever like been to like a legit like real party.
Oh.
With lots of young people consuming alcohol.
New Year's Eve is an exciting first party.
And one thing I do remember is right at midnight walking out onto this big deck, and I've never seen that many people making out at one time.
Was it midnight?
Right, it was.
Yeah.
It was right at midnight. This massive people. It had to be like 100 people.
Yeah. And
all of them.
And you were all alone?
All of them making it. Well, you weren't with me.
Well, I didn't know you then.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That was before I met you.
Yeah.
I was just with my buddies. Like we didn't,
You're not going to make out with them.
No, I guess I could have, but the mood didn't strike us.
Yeah.
So anyway, I just have this flashbulb memory of just like all these people and like not just like drunk making out.
Yeah.
It's like, very just a bit sloppy.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was like one of my.
That is memorable. I can see why you still remember.
Anyway,
that.
I hope everybody has a wonderful New Year's Eve, full of fun and frivolity. What are we going to be doing as 40-year-olds?
Sleeping. That is now what I do on New Year's Eve.
Yeah, remember the days whenever we could trick our kids?
Oh, it's the best.
Into thinking it was midnight, but it was like 8 p.m.
Yes.
And we put the Netflix fireworks on.
Because we're on the West Coast.
Yep.
So we could just tune into the East Coast broadcast.
Yeah, that's right.
The Times Square ball dropping and all of that.
Yep.
And it's so convincing when they're little, right?
Exactly.
It'd be like 9 p.m. and we
do our little countdown to 9 p.m. and then they're off to bed and then we go to bed shortly after that.
Exactly. You know what? I just remembered there's one other New Year's that I do remember because it was so funny and cute. It was the time our younger daughter, it was her first year where she could actually make it to midnight.
Yeah.
And she really, really, really wanted to try because her older sister was going to do it and she has to do everything her older sister can do. Mm-hmm. And so she just did everything in her power and she stayed up. And then when that ball dropped and it was midnight on the dot, she burst into tears. It was like, I'm so tired. And then she just went right to bed. Oh, I know. That one was a classic family memory now.
All right, so let's do a couple of comments.
Okay.
All right, before we get into our bigger topics here. So this is we're reading these from our YouTube channel. So at Linus Berglund said, because we talked about in an episode that was recently published, we talked about how colonoscopies are coming up for us.
Yeah.
All right, 45.
It's not far off.
It's coming.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we'll be drinking the things. Anyway, Linus here gave us a rundown of his experience with colonoscopy.
How detailed is this rundown?
Let's just, I haven't read the whole thing, but let's just go through it together. The prep before my colonoscopy was pretty rough. I got a paper with things I was allowed to eat: boiled and mashed pale root vegetables.
Ooh.
So first question, what is a pale root vegetable? Would that be like
I'm not sure which ones have pale
like
roots.
Parsnip?
I think.
Parsnips are white.
Well, they are the roots.
That's what that means, I think, like pale root. So it's like not like a carrot, which is orange. It would be like,
I thought he was saying if it has roots and the roots are pale.
Why would roots be pale?
I don't know. That's just what my brain did.
I think it's like the color. It's like a lighter color.
Yeah.
It's a color. I don't know why that matters for a colonoscopy, but anyway, does that sound enticing to you?
No, I would rather just not eat for 24 hours, I think.
All right, we got to figure
This brings up a good question because, like, what do you do to prep for colonoscopy if you have ARFID?
You're just out of luck.
Ugh.
You're literally shit out of luck. All right, so boiled and mashed pale root vegetables, no fruits except bananas. So you're no-go there. You don't like bananas. No nuts. Can't eat nuts. And like no almonds, peanuts. Nothing resembling full grain. I like that. Nothing resembling. Not even, it can't even look like a grain.
It can't even be half grain.
Yeah, don't even think about peering in the direction of a grain. You will not, your body will not have it. No beans or legumes. Chicken, ham, beef, and eggs were fine. That's surprising.
Interesting.
So, see, this is the part of the colonoscopy I've never even thought of. Like, okay, I know about the taking the prep.
Yeah.
But over the course of several days, you also have to eat things.
Right.
So, like, I didn't even thought about, like, I bet you have to limit what you can eat.
Right. How many days out, I wonder?
I don't know, but yeah, probably at least a few days. But I'm noticing they don't want you eating a lot of fiber.
Why not? Because wouldn't that speed things along?
Yeah.
I'm very confused.
We need to ask Kaveh. We need to ask a GI doctor in our life, or maybe someone listening can help us out. Why are we eating just a lot high protein? What's the deal here? Fish and shellfish are also okay. And Linus says, I eat plant-based, and eventually I got permission to eat white bread and tofu as well. It was miserable.
Oh boy, he probably ate white bread and tofu for 3 days straight.
A lot of people relate to you also saying that you hate wearing glasses.
Oh, yeah.
You're obsessed and addicted to contacts.
Yeah.
And you're gonna be like one of my 70-year-old patients that I have to like. It's like a therapy session. I have to be like, listen, your eyes are not tolerating these contacts. Like, you have to stop wearing them. No. I'm gonna just pry them out of your wrinkled hands.
No.
And you're going to wear glasses.
They wouldn't be in my wrinkled hands. They would be in my wrinkled eyeballs.
I'm going to take them out of your wrinkle. By the way, eyes can be wrinkled.
Can they really?
Yeah. You have a disease, a condition called conjunctiva collasis, which is where the conjunctiva, which is the kind of the translucent skin of the eye.
The wrapper.
Eye skin sounds really gross. But you can get folds in it. It can be like kind of redundant and saggy. You can get saggy.
Is it an age-related condition?
Yeah. It's just like saggy conjunctiva.
Yeah.
And
everything else gets saggy. Why not your eyeballs?
You can have a procedure. Sometimes we have to do that where we just trim it.
Great. That's great.
Trim the saggy eyeball skin off of your eye.
Okay.
How does that make you feel?
I feel like
Make you feel good?
I just might be happy not being able to see. None of these options sound good to me.
Let's see. We got another couple comments. At Tabby519 said, I got pregnant at 34, so I got a double whammy of pregnancy hormones and the 35-ish year female hormone changes. My vision hasn't stopped shifting for over 7 years now. So talking about vision changes with pregnancy.
Yeah.
And did you
I
notice?
think just like hormones, right? Because there's.
Or just
we were talking about like perimenopause. And so she's saying it was pregnancy right into.
Yeah, let me know if you start getting dry eye. That's a big thing.
I do in my left, only my left.
Yeah, I know.
And I keep asking you, why is it only my left? And you don't tell me.
Well, you know what would help with that? Not wearing contacts. Not wearing.
Refresh. Love a good refresh.
Taking a nice. You like holidays.
Sustain will work.
You like holidays, don't you? Don't you like holidays?
No, there's so much work when you're the mom.
Don't you love you just?
No, I don't like holidays. I'm a Grinch.
Well, I can give you a holiday that you would love. It's called a contact lens holiday.
No, I would hate that.
And you just don't even worry about. Don't even have to have the stress.
What do you have against contacts, man?
Because they cause
You're a
problems.
Contact hater. I'm an anti-contactite. What would it be?
I'm just gonna let
like an anti-dentite.
I'm just gonna let you suggest more options of what it could be.
You might not want to do that.
Anti-contactite does not work.
No, it doesn't.
No, I'm pro healthy eyeballs, and I've seen so many things go wrong with contacts.
Well, then why do you?
I told you that if you
make them,
and sometimes you rile me up by like politely whispering in my ear. I slept in my contacts last night.
Yeah, you do that.
I would much prefer if you just never told me.
So I usually take them out. I used to sleep in them in college. I slept in them for like 2 straight weeks.
Listen, you know that if I knew that you were in the bed sleeping with contacts in your face, I would go and I would remove them.
No, you wouldn't, because you always fell asleep before me.
No, I would. I just have a sixth sense for these things. It just wakes me up like a ghost. Having like nightmares.
You just gently lift my lid.
I just know. So anyway.
Well, I do it much less than I used to for your benefit. So, but every once in a while, I just forget they're in there.
All right, here's another comment. At Julia Benford, 6500. Cologuard test is the alternative to colonoscopy.
Oh.
So that's where you take a little piece of your poop and you rub it on a
thing. Those are the options. That's the alternative. Someone was like, you know what would make this better?
Look, you don't have to do the, and I'm not sure like what the sensitivity and specificity of that test is.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's like an as effective screening tool as colonoscopy. I want to say probably not, because with colonoscopy you're actually visualizing it.
There.
But is it safer? I don't know. Maybe. I don't know enough about this topic. But Cologuard, I have heard of Cologuard. I'm aware of it, and I just would love to just see you have to take a little piece of your poop and
I'm
test
not a
it.
fan of this. None of this.
So you would still prefer a colonoscopy versus like a Cologuard.
I would prefer neither.
You got to do something. Okay. All right. So Julia says they send you the kit and you send them your poop to test. Oh, okay.
Oh, you get to mail it.
You get to mail your poop. Is that
better? I wonder
better?
if the postal workers are aware.
I bet it comes
sometimes this is poop.
Well, I'm sure it's probably a very specific package too. They're like,
it has like biohazard on it.
Yeah, this is human.
But they don't know what it is in there. They just know it's a biohazard.
Oh, I'm sure they know.
This box contains poop.
Something like that. Also, I had eye pain worse with contacts out. And it turns out that an eyelash had fallen out and embedded in my gland along the lower lash line and was rubbing my eyeball. That's called trichiasis, when you have an eyelash that is pointing in the wrong direction. And it can rub against your cornea. And
that's very painful.
Often, when you have eye pain that's worse when you take your contact out, well, that's always a bad sign. That's the decision that you make after that is not, let me put my contacts back in because it hurts when they're out.
Then you'll trap the thing.
Well,
maybe.
No, then it's just going to make the problem worse, because what's happening is the contact is sitting on your eye.
Yeah.
It's a barrier.
Right.
That's
why it doesn't hurt when it's in there.
That's why it doesn't hurt. So you take it out, all of a sudden the air is directly,
on your
in
eyeball.
Contact with your disease damaged eyeball.
Right.
And so you got to fix that, which is usually like severe dryness. Yeah. So
his eyeballs love to dry out.
So
didn't Milo have that condition? What'd you call it?
Oh no, trichiasis. No,
he had something.
He had
surgery.
Entropion.
That's
where the margin of the eyelid itself is turned in.
Okay.
Causing the lashes to rub up against the eye.
Yeah, but like same thing.
Please.
Potato.
Hello. No. Trichiasis is completely different. All right. Same as any eyelash disorder. Poliosis, matarosis, trichiasis. You can't just lump those into eyelid disorders, please. Let's take a break.
I have never considered there to be so many eyelash disorders, let alone any.
I need to reset. I need a break.
Excuse me.
We'll come back. Hey, Kristin.
Yeah.
I just have to talk more about Demodex blepharitis.
I'm sure you do.
I just love all things eyeballs, but not the mites this time, though.
Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you.
We're talking about collarettes.
Okay, the crusties.
Crusties. Yeah, it's kind of a cute name for Demodex blepharitis.
I guess.
Finding on exam. The thing is, I want to educate patients that you can't always see these things yourself.
Oh, and you can't feel them?
No, because they're so small. So you have to come in to see the eye doctor, either an optometrist or an ophthalmologist. We use a microscope. We can see all the collarettes on there.
Okay.
And because it's hard for people to connect this sign on your exam with all the symptoms.
Because they can't even see it or feel it.
Right. The itchiness, the redness, the irritation that could be due to Demodex blepharitis. It's a great time now to make an appointment with your eye doctor before the end of the year, and deductibles reset.
Yes.
You got to
Very important.
To see more pictures of crusties and eyelids with Demodex blepharitis, visit miteslovelids.com. Again, that's miteslovelids.com to learn more. This ad is brought to you by Tarsus Pharmaceuticals. All right, let's get into our topic here in a second. But first, I did a thing on Knock Knock Eye that people really liked and had a lot of comments about.
Okay.
And so I made a couple more of the videos on TikTok, and it's...
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. These are so funny.
People are really enjoying it.
It's so ridiculous.
Where I am basically just assessing the visual function of different cartoon characters.
Yes.
So I did Goofy.
Yeah. What do you have?
Cyclopia.
Cyclopia.
Yes. So Goofy has cyclopia. If you look at, the original Goofy, there's no separation between his two eyes. Mm-hmm. Just one eye to the other. It's unusual that he's able to still move his pupil from side to side.
Well, and you said it was unusual that he has the two pupils. Somehow he ended up with two.
Right. So but cyclopia is a form of what's called holoprosencephaly, which is where the forebrain fails to divide into two halves. Ooh. So that's when you get like the severe form of it is cyclopia, but you can have that kind of where the two halves of your face in different areas are conjoined, and you can tell there's like not as much separation as there should be. And so the severe form of that is cyclopia. So I would say he has the less severe form, but still, Yeah. Do you know what gene it is that is responsible for the kind of, I guess, a mutation in which gene leads to holoprosencephaly?
I wouldn't have the first clue.
It's called Sonic the Hedgehog.
Oh, shut up.
I swear, Sonic.
No, it's not.
It's Sonic Hedgehog gene, SHH.
What? Why?
Because this is when scientists were able to just name genes that they find whatever they wanted. And somebody was a big fan of Sega Genesis.
All right.
And actually makes a lot of sense because you know who else has holoprosencephaly?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Sonic the Hedgehog.
I guess that's why
I don't know if that was just like a coincidence or if that was purposeful, but I was very impressed by that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
nice little Easter egg.
Yep, Sonic the Hedgehog. And interestingly though, Goofy's son.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know
Max?
How do you know Max?
I remember.
You remember Max Goofy? Actually, it's Max Goof.
Oh, okay.
That's his last name.
Goofy Goof?
No, Max Goof.
I know, but the dad then is Goofy Goof.
Yeah.
Okay.
I suppose. Max does not suffer from the same affliction as his dad.
Is that because he was born in the next phase of animation?
Well, no, there's a few possible possibilities here. One is that he just didn't inherit the gene.
Okay.
It's autosomal dominant. It's autosomal dominant.
okay.
So if he gets that one allele, he's toast. He's going to have it.
Wait.
No.
So it would be recessive.
No.
He got a recessive gene. A recessive.
No, it's an autosomal dominant.
Two of the recessive alleles is what he got.
No.
No? I need to refresh my genetics. Clearly.
So let's say...
Or I'm just not following what you're trying to tell me.
Let's say this mutation in the SHH gene is inherited in an autosomal dominant manner. That means that if you get one affected allele, you're going to get it. So Max, let's say he inherited the affected allele, the capital...
I thought autosomal dominant was, this is like 20 years ago. I thought it was like you have one big A and one little A.
The big A is the dominant allele.
Yeah.
So if he does
not have the thing, then he got two little A's.
Or he just didn't get that allele from his dad. Let's say Goofy is big A, little a.
Okay.
And he passes down the little a.
Yeah.
And the mom passes down a little a.
Yeah.
Then Max is not going to have it.
So I am correct. He's got to have two little A's.
Max,
you made me sound like I was...
Max must have... Yeah, he must have two little A's. You're right. So
I was 5 steps ahead of you, and you just told me I was wrong.
We need to walk the audience through this, okay? Anyway, Max had a 50% chance of receiving an affected allele. So he had a 50% shot of having holoprosencephaly, just like Goofy.
Right.
And so that's... So either that's the case, or I don't want to cast aspersions on the Goofy family, but it's possible that Max is not Goofy's biological son. Maybe adopted. Maybe there's some
surprises.
Something not so great happening.
A lot of people, once you could test your own genetics, a lot of people had discovered. Turns out,
I don't want to make any assumptions about the Goof marriage. But that'd be a conversation should be had.
I mean, there must have been at one time.
I'm not aware. There must have been. Yeah. Well, what do you think her name was? Goofette?
Oh boy.
Goofette Goof?
No.
No.
I don't like that.
Goofy. Very strong. Wow. I really don't like.
I don't.
That female version of Goofy that you just came up with. Fair enough. Okay. That's all I have for the genetics of Goofy.
Okay.
But
you did some other ones. I heard you, so I can always hear you when you're recording because you're basically shouting. Even though the door is closed, I can hear you.
It's quiet in this house.
Nearby. And I heard you talking about, you were filming one of these and you were talking about...
real excited about ophthalmology.
But you were talking about that people with large eyeballs have myopia?
Yeah.
Is this 100%
absolutely
association?
You have a larger than average eye. And that's the reason.
Is this the eyeball?
The eyeball
eye
itself.
Socket? Do they both tend to be big?
Right. What leads to myopia is a couple different things, typically. Either you have let's say...
I thought it was about the shape of your eye.
That's what we're talking about. The shape, the size.
I didn't think it was about the size.
So let's take my eyeball, which is perfect in every way. I've never worn glasses. I never have to wear glasses. I am plano. I am emmetropic. I am the ideal specimen.
So look forward to the day where you need readers.
When it comes to an eyeball. And let's say my totally perfect axial length, which is the distance from the front to the back of the eye, is a gorgeous 23.0 millimeters.
Okay.
All right. And that will allow the light coming into my eye to land directly on my fovea perfectly. Okay. Well, let's say you, who has a much less perfect eye than me,
but more beautiful,
has an axial length of 24 millimeters.
Okay.
So it's longer. That focal point, instead of going right on the fovea, it's going to land in front of your
How
retina.
do we know that the focal length, whatever, that the length of that light that you just drew is 23 millimeters?
Oh, we don't. This is just by the...
why 23 millimeters?
Because that's just the average for the human eye. I'm just choosing that randomly. It's not so much...
I just don't get it why, when the light comes into your eye, why doesn't it just go to the spot on your eye no matter where it is? It's got to pass through your whole eye.
It has to be refracted.
Oh, so is it the
so it's a combination,
angle?
Right? So it's a combination.
Okay.
That's why it's not just the axial length. It's not just the length of your eye. It's also the shape of your cornea, which is the main refractive material of your eye.
Okay.
So the light comes in, it gets refracted, bent by your cornea.
Right.
And if you have a normal axial length,
okay, now that makes
and
sense.
a normal
Okay.
corneal curvature, then the light will focus right on your fovea and you have perfect vision. You, on the other hand, either you have a longer than average eye or your cornea is just very steep and it's going to refract the light more.
What does a steep cornea look like?
It's just more curved, flatter.
Yeah.
Steeper.
I see.
It's like a flatter, it's just more of a curve to
nice
it.
and round.
Yeah. So anyway, that's why you're nearsighted. And then it can be the other way around. Like I talked about Edna from The Incredibles.
Oh.
She's farsighted.
How do you know?
Because in The Incredibles, you can see that she's wearing glasses. And you can look through her glasses, and the artist did a great job of magnifying her face through the glasses.
Okay.
And hyperopic spectacles, like reading glasses,
yeah,
which are hyperopic glasses,
okay,
they magnify whatever you're looking through them.
Right. That's how you can do your party trick if you know what people's prescriptions are, because you're looking at their face through their
great party trick.
Glasses.
It blows people's minds.
Can you tell what Edna's prescription is?
Yeah, she's got to be, I would guess, like a +3.5, +4. She's highly.
She's like me, but on the opposite end.
Yeah, which is tougher when you're later in life. Edna, I would guess, is like in her probably early 60s. She needs cataract surgery bad. I'm just
Did they
saying.
draw the cataracts as well?
No, but based on her age and her refraction, she's hyperopic. She's going to benefit immensely from cataract surgery.
You should tell her.
If I was a cartoon, I would. That's what I'm saying.
I just think it's funny in these videos, and even just now, you are so serious about such a ridiculous premise.
I mean, people deserve to know the truth.
So it makes it funny.
Exactly. So today I'm going to record another one that's a WOGO wolf.
What's that?
Remember the old cartoon, the wolf? He sees a beautiful woman, he goes, "Awooga!" And his eyes pop out of his head.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to
do. One on. Is that a condition?
Yeah. Oh, of course. It's proptosis and potentially even.
I have a story about eyes popping out of heads.
Yeah, it's called globe subluxation.
Yeah.
Where the eye pops out and then the eyelids get trapped behind the eye.
Oh.
And then you have to
I was envisioning it just hanging on their face.
See, that's what a lot of people think. That's why I need to correct that knowledge gap.
What if you're a rat? Then will it hang on your face?
I mean, if you damage the optic nerve enough, you can totally remove the eye, but there's not enough redundant optic nerve for it to be able to just like hang on your cheek.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Even if you're a rat.
I am a human doctor, Kristin. Okay. All right. Let's take one more break. All right. Shall we do a topic? All right. I got my trusty first aid. Let's teach Kristin some random medicine.
To learn things.
Random medicine. Page 32 to 706. What's it going to be today?
652.
652. We are in the reproductive. No. Oh, God. What is it? Apgars.
Oh.
You want to learn about Apgar scores? We have a couple things we could do. How about normal birth weight and Apgar scores?
Okay, which one would be most interesting to the people listening? Like, is Apgar too easy?
Oh, probably none of it. But let's just do it anyway, because this is for us, primarily. Okay. If people enjoy our conversation, I'm so happy.
Okay. Well, why don't you choose which one you think
Let's
you can
talk about Apgar scores. Everybody hears about Apgar. I bet people don't really know, like, what is an Apgar?
I know you gotta swipe up on the foot.
Take a little, the foot?
Yeah, you swipe up on their foot.
That's
it's the Babinski, right?
That's not part of it.
Oh.
That's not part of it.
All right, well then teach me. Yeah, clearly, I need to learn.
Over here acting like you like, is Apgar too simple?
Well, for physicians,
do people really want to know
most people listening know at least some medicine already.
We all know you swipe up on the foot of the baby and figure out if the baby's alive by swiping up on the foot. What if you swipe down on the foot?
I don't think it works, does it?
You swipe left and right?
I think you got to swipe up.
Yeah, you're talking about something totally different.
Is it the Babinski reflex? Because that's what's in my mind. Is that right?
You actually don't call it the Babinski reflex. It's just a Babinski.
The Babinski.
Check a Babinski. Yeah. Babinski reflex is redundant. The Babinski.
The word Babinski, if you look that up, the dictionary definition will not be reflex.
No, it'll say Babinski. I'm just
so
kidding.
How is it?
That's fine. You're right. It's you don't go like up like an upgoing Babinski or downgoing toe Babinski. That's when people screw up. They say the Babinski was up. Like the toe went up. That's when you check the Babinski and the toe goes up, that's a primitive reflex.
Mm-hmm.
That's like an undeveloped nervous system.
I thought it was the one where the toes spread out.
No, it's where the great toe goes up or down.
Great toe?
Yeah.
The great toe.
The great toe, the big toe. the master toe goes up or down. And
superior toe.
So a neurologist will get mad at you if you say, a very pedantic neurologist would get mad at you if you said that the Babinski was
if you said the Babinski reflex was upward, you get kicked out?
Yeah, something like that. Because it's something about it being redundant. Like by saying someone has a positive Babinski, like that means the toe is up because it's positive versus negative Babinski. That's it.
Well, what's the one where the toe spread out?
I don't know. Can we do Apgar scores, please?
I want to do reflexes.
That's a different topic. Okay, first of all, Apgar is an acronym.
Yeah.
Do you know what any of those are?
No. I know it means that the baby is developing typically.
All right, so Apgar, appearance, pulse, grimace, like the McDonald's
I was going to say, do you remember that guy? I wonder what his vision was.
Activity and respiration. All right, so, and it's a 0, 1, or 2 scale for each of those things.
Okay.
So appearance, baby's pink.
Yeah.
Great. 2 points.
It's not like this is an ugly baby
2 points.
and this is a cute baby.
No. It's just the color.
What if it's an old man baby?
The baby's color.
Okay.
They're all old man babies, I think. So pink is 2 points. If the extremities are blue, you get 1 point. If the whole body is pale or blue, then you get 0 points. Pulse. What do you think got the highest score for pulse?
I mean, I feel like a baby's pulse would be pretty rapid because it's tiny.
Over 100. You want it over 100.
Okay.
Grimace. What's top score?
What does that even mean?
If the baby cries. If the baby's crying.
Why is that grimace?
It's
Who
grimace.
named this?
It's like, yeah, I'm angry. I'm a baby.
I'm an angry baby.
I'm mad. I'm a baby. If the baby says that, then it's probably a perfect Apgar score. I'm mad. I'm a baby. I'm going to pull away from you. That's 2 points on the grimace on the Apgar. Okay.
Why not just call it crying?
Well, if it's a weak cry, then it's only 1 point.
Okay.
And if there's no response to any stimulation, like you poke the baby and like nothing's happening, then it's 0. That's the problem. All right, activity.
Yeah, is it moving around?
Active movement, all arms and legs, perfect score. If the arms and legs are like not really moving that much, then it's 1 point, and then no movement, 0 points. Respiration.
Is
strong
breathing.
Cry.
Okay, there can't be 2 cries.
Though the first one was grimace.
But it's crying. It's measuring crying.
Okay, respiration is like just if there's like it's crying and the baby's like
I'm sure they are measuring the respiration.
Then it's 2 points. Okay, if there's no breathing, obviously 0 points. So you measure it at 1 minute and at 5 minutes.
Okay.
Those are the Apgars.
Post-birth.
1 minute and 5 minutes. Yeah, post-birth. Apgar scores of less than 7 require further evaluation. There you go.
I can't remember what our kids' Apgar scores were. I know they weren't a problem. But I don't know if they were, like, did they get all 2s or?
What would be considered a low birth weight?
4 pounds.
Less than 2,500 grams.
What's that come out to?
Well, that would be 2.5 kilograms. 2.2 kilograms to a pound. So a little over 1 pound.
Wow. That is what is considered a low birth weight? That's like, I don't think that's viable.
How many? So while I keep talking, how many? We're such Americans. How many pounds is 2,500 grams? All right, so 2,500 grams is 5.5 pounds.
Okay.
I said 1 pound. I was way off.
That's
okay.
Not right.
I'm a doctor. All right. So, so what are the potential complications of a low birth weight under 2,500 grams?
Death.
Yeah. Increased morbidity and mortality.
Yeah.
So SIDS is a higher, you're higher risk for SIDS. High birth weight, also known as macrosomia.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Big body.
You
got a big old body.
Big boys and girls. So birth weight more than 4,000 grams.
Okay, I'm gonna guess that's about 10 pounds.
Yeah, it's gonna be like 9. I would say 9. Let's see who's closer. Yeah,
8.8.
8.8. So 9 pounds. That's big. It's a big baby. So complications are
ouchies,
shoulder dystocia during birth. Risk factors that can lead to macrosomia is maternal diabetes and obesity, and just genetics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Were you a big baby? Because you became a big boy.
I think I was average baby. Now, what about you?
I think I was like 7
normal
pounds.
Baby?
Yeah, normal baby.
All right. That's it. We learned to see people need to know about Apgars.
Yeah, especially people interested in.
I had a joke. I had one joke
OBGYN.
about Apgar scores in my all the hundreds of videos I've made.
What was it?
It was about the infectious disease doctor doing a chart review to find someone's Apgar scores.
I feel like you should do one where that is a question, like that is a med school application.
Yeah.
Thing.
Well, I think it was like a first day of the rotation.
They're filtered out by Apgar scores. If you didn't have perfect Apgar, you can't come here.
All right, that's our episode for today, you guys. Let us know what you think. Did we get anything wrong? Please send us an email.
I'm sure we did.
knockknockhi@human-content.com. Also, you can leave a comment on our YouTube channel at Glaucomfleckens. We see those comments. So if we say something wrong, please correct us, and we'll do what we did today, and we'll just read some of the comments on the episode. You can also hang out with us and our Human Content Podcast family on Instagram and TikTok. Lots of great pods over there at Human Content Pods. Thanks to all the great listeners leaving feedback and reviews. Subscribe and comment on your favorite podcasting app, you guys. We love to see those reviews, and they sustain us.
And it helps other people find the podcast.
Yeah, it helps people find it.
Spread the love.
Again, YouTube, we have full video episodes up every week on the YouTube channel at Glaucomfleckens, episodes on Tuesday and Thursday. Lots of cool perks over on Patreon. Bonus episodes, react to medical shows and movies, other members of the Knock Knock Hi community, interactive Q&A live stream events, early ad-free episode access, so much more. Patreon.com/Glaucomflecken, or go to Glaucomflecken.com to find out. Speaking of Patreon community perks, shout out to all the Jonathans as usual. Patrick Lucia C, Edward K, Marion W, Mr. Granddaddy, Caitlin C, Brianna L, MP Cole, Mary H, Keith G, Parker, Muhammad L, David H, Kaylee A, Gabe, Gary M, Eric B, Marlene S, Scott M, Kelsey M, Dr. Hoover, Sean M, Ryan N, Jess K, Hawkeye MD, Bubbly Salt, and
Johnny D.
A virtual head nod to you all. Random shout out to someone on the emergency medicine tier, Patreon roulette time. Shout out to Jennifer S. Thank you for being a patron, Jennifer. And thank you all for listening. We're your hosts, Will and Kristen Flannery, also known as the Glaucomfleckens. Our executive producers are Will Flannery, Kristen Flannery, Aaron Corney, Rob Goldman, and Shanti Brick. Editor and engineer is Dave Portiza. Our music is by Omar Benzvi. To learn about Knock Knock Hi's program, disclaimer, policies, mission verification, license terms, and release terms, go to Glaucomflecken.com or reach out to us, knockknockhi@human-content.com with questions, concerns, or fun medical puns, or cartoon characters you want me to diagnose. Knock Knock Hi is a Human Content production.
Knock, knock, goodbye.
Hey, Kristen.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something.
Okay.
You know what physicians are always telling me about?
How gross eyeballs are?
No, actually how wonderful ophthalmology is as a specialty, but also how sick of documenting they are.
Oh, yes. That
Because
has gotten out of hand.
It's gotten just too much to document now.
That's right.
Which is why I really love what Microsoft Dragon Copilot is doing.
Yes.
Using AI assistant to just help the physician.
Yeah, take some tasks off your plate. Save your time.
Yeah, and there's new levels of customization available using Microsoft Dragon Copilot. You can capture multi-party conversations. You can convert conversations into specialty-specific notes. get notes delivered to the EHR for review and editing. It's all right there for you.
Love it.
It's great and helps to automate tasks, surfacing information, just lets you focus on the patient-physician relationship. It's what it's all about. So to learn more about Microsoft Dragon Copilot, visit aka.ms/knock-knock-hi. Again, that's aka.ms/knock-knock-hi. Thanks for watching the episode. You can find more on that playlist over there. If you prefer to listen or you just had your eyes dilated, you can binge full episodes wherever you get your podcasts. Or join the party over on Patreon, where you get early access episodes, hang out with us, get lots of exclusive bonus content. Help you subscribe, leave a comment below. Let us know what you think.